live?
With great power comes great responsibility. Morphing time.
Dude, why did I realize I wasn't allowed on the wrong fucking feed?
Play the right one. Play it. Play the right one.
Welcome to Star Geeks. Who gives a fuck? Oh, this is the kind of day that we're having today. It is not good. But anyway, I'm still good. That was weird. So if you just came on, it was very weird because we used our Saturday show for tonight's show. And dude, Ed is out. Ed is down the shore. He has no connection. He has all the show notes. So
that's cool. It's gonna be a short show tonight.
Obviously, it is what it is, but we'll figure it out and we're gonna keep it going. What's up, man? Hello, you got a chance to go to Disney this week. You got a chance to see a lot of Star Wars stuff. Am I crazy or am I lying?
What? No, I didn't. I mean, I went to.
There's pictures and stuff of like different merch and stuff. That's why I was wondering if you picked up anything.
Where was I? Oh, the Magic Kingdom.
Oh man,
yeah, you sent pictures.
You go to the Magic Kingdom all the time,
right? But I'm going to Hollywood Studios this weekend, so like that's usually a lot more of the Star Wars stuff. So I don't even remember what I sent to you guys.
What did you do?
I sent a couple. Yeah, that's right. Because the Magic Kingdom made a couple new shirts. There's a new.
Hey, Zay, are you there? Can you hear us?
I can.
Holy shit!
Where did you go?
Off into the void.
Well, listen. Let's get this shit started. This is Sean. I'm sorry.
This is Lil.
This is Steve.
And this is Ed. Hopefully to stay.
Calling from the forest moon of Andor.
I like how Ed's head's giving reflections every now and
then.
Ed,
can you put your notes in the thing so that way we have it?
Pretty much.
I don't think you heard anything we said.
Seems.
But
there's a bit of a delay.
Yeah, there's a delay.
I'm trying to upload it right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, so when you're uploading stuff, it's taking up more bandwidth. So when I went to the Magic Kingdom, they had a couple new. They have a real cool Boba Fett jersey that I sent to you guys. I know Sean, you said you wish it had white sleeves.
Yeah. No, yellow. It was yellow.
Yellow sleeves.
You know how on his
kind of like his armor. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, it's kind of more of a baseball jersey. So I kind of but I like the back. I like the 1980 in the back with Boba Fett. It had kind of like him in the 80 in the back. So that was a really cool baseball jersey that they had. And then there's a new Darth Maul shirt that's that they've released. Yeah, there's some new stuff. Maybe I'll post them to the feed later.
I have something coming in Friday. That's from EFX Collectibles, but I haven't gotten it yet, so I have to wait for that. So I'll talk about that probably Saturday on our show, but then talk about it next week when we do Andor. Which,
what is
might have to figure out that review because I don't know if I'm going to be here on Wednesday. So we'll find out. We'll figure it out. Anyway, what else is going on, man? Everything else is all right? Steve, any Star Wars news for you?
I did get something Star Wars related this week. I procured a Star Wars piece of property. So, look at this. It's a poster. It's a big one. I got from a nice collectible place. And I saw it and I had to get it because, I'd never seen it before. So, I got this awesome,
very cool
Japanese Star Wars poster.
That is awesome.
Trying to get it a little closer. It's not like the great. I mean, it's pretty good quality. It looks like a little bit kind of distorted a little bit.
Now, question: Will you be framing that, or what will you be doing with that? What's up, Pastor?
I mean, it's so nice right now. I want to frame it. I just don't know if I'm going to have wall space exactly.
I was going to say,
on the ceiling. I'm gonna put a lot of posters on the ceiling, but they're just really, really cool. I love the big bold font here, and I just thought it was just really, really cool. So
I've never seen that poster in the wild, but I would actually get it if somebody had it. I would like to have that. That's a pretty nice one.
it's pretty nice.
I wonder if they actually have one that actually is like, you know, I mean, I'm not sure. I know that's a repro, but I'm pretty sure they have a, one that's actually.
Yeah, I'm sure they
But where are you gonna put it at, Steve?
I have to see. I got the shelves going up finally. The video shelves. I got the walls going. So I just got to see when all the shelves are up, what kind of space I have. I have a lot of cool posters that I want to get up, and I got to make sure I have the room for them. So
nice.
What's up, Snow Dog?
Snow up, bitch. Viva la Star Geeks. Thank you very much. So what else? Anybody else got anything else? I don't have anything Star Wars related, but
no, I have, coming for Saturday, I have some Grail tapes.
You do?
Grail tapes.
Nice.
I got a horror Grail tape, although I didn't even know it was on VHS, but I saw it and I was like, have to get it.
You know what I would like to do actually, Steve. Now that you actually talked about Star Wars posters, I think we're gonna do an episode of all the Star Wars posters that's ever been created.
There's some.
That's a lot, man. I was gonna say like all the ones that have been created.
I'm gonna try to find as much as I can. Lil, damn, give a man some hope. Like damn, like give a little like, yo, all right, Sean, man, go do your thing. Like no, not that.
I mean, I'm excited for you, Sean.
Overreaching.
But that could be like a 5-hour episode.
No, it's not gonna be a 5-hour episode. I'm gonna have it broken.
We're gonna talk about every Star Wars poster from like all countries, all I mean, I'm saying that's a lot.
That is a lot.
You seem to be back now, Ed.
So maybe we could focus on like the original trilogy, or even just like A New Hope. Go movie posters, movie at a time,
or some of the best Star Wars posters of all time.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about everyone. Some of them sucked.
But what if they all are cool? Like I
don't know.
The Turkish ones look awesome.
I don't know. There's some shitty ones out there.
But even those, what if it's shitty to you, but somebody else's favorite?
It's true. You're right. Ooh, damn, this is a really good poster. Damn.
So you're going down a rabbit hole that we don't go down it yet.
Yo, they want $450 for this Japanese poster. A B2 movie poster. It's this one right here, which is a beautiful poster.
Oh shit, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you also have all the Mondo posters that come out for the movies.
I'm not gonna go down that road. Like we're just gonna go to like the original box office, like the original box office.
Okay.
We're going down Mondo shit. Look, I can't do it because there's a lot of other places that's actually selling posters too right now.
That's what I thought you were talking about. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's what I was saying. Like, we could be on here for days. I mean, there's so many Star Wars movie posters.
Well, listen, Ed, are you all right? Can you cover the news?
I think so. It's amazing how 20 feet closer makes all the difference.
I don't know, but I'll babysit you tonight, bro.
Right.
I'll push through, but you can talk about some of the stuff.
You don't want to do well. We didn't play his intro or nothing.
Oh,
that's all right.
I'm off tonight.
Is there a new one?
No, not yet.
Oh,
no.
All right.
Steve was working on one, but
I knew that there was one coming.
Thanks, Pats fam.
Thank you.
Always representing the Spider-Man.
Stinky Spider-Man.
All right. No news intro tonight. Okay.
All right.
So what do we got, Ed?
Wait.
Oh.
This may be my worst show I've ever done.
I was going to say, this is like that time where everything fell apart.
Yeah. I'm not helping.
That's okay.
I'm actually looking forward. I do read a lot. Rephrase it because I know it's controversial in this and many of the shows. We listen to many.
I was going to say, none of you fools read.
I do read, but not as much as I probably should. Listen to them. I'm very excited for this one, mainly because I love Darth Vader, as most do. And if it's written well and it gives us some good story, because I keep going back to
Yeah, don't get distracted.
I mean, it's almost like when we got Rogue One and we got that little taste of what we thought Darth Vader could be. If you're going to give me some more good story in a novel, I'm all in. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. Any more fleshed out backstory for Darth Vader? Any more adventures? I mean, there's a big chunk of his life that we got 20 years we missed, shit that he was
Absolutely.
doing. So, gotta see what he did in those 20 years, man.
I would love that. I can't wait to listen to this. I was about to say read it, but I can't wait to listen to it. It's gonna be.
Think about that. There's 20 years of when he starts his most evil, and then we only catch up to him when he's like, I'm about to change back to good. Like, what? He was all super evil up until that first movie. So what was going on? We didn't get none of that cool shit.
Now the key is, and they do very good production work on a lot of these audiobooks, I need it to sound like Darth Vader. That has to be it. If they can do that, it will totally push this over the top.
That's gonna be a tough one, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I need that poster right there that says Master of Evil, because that shit looks amazing. Like, that's a really great poster. I don't know who did that, but like, that looks awesome.
And if it's written well enough, and we've talked about it before, this would be a good opportunity for Star Wars horror.
Well,
yep.
Man, we'll see. Star Wars Celebration is this weekend. So we're definitely going to be getting a lot of Star Wars news. I don't know if we're going to cover it on the Geeks, but we'll definitely cover it next week.
Oh, yeah. All right. And because I'm on the forest moon of Andor and don't have all my stuff, I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I have no idea what's coming up. New book that came out that gave us a little bit of information as far as what we can look to expect from Shin Hati in Ahsoka season 2. Just kind of with her whole now off on the planet, she's lost her master.
Pat's fan, bro.
Yes,
we're together on that. Just Sean's daughter didn't freak me out. So.
It's Chewbacca. He's a part of the show.
Chewie, yeah. Man. It's Chewie. What's up, Chewie? Little Choo Choo.
Who's calling you? Say hi, Choo Choo.
The official mascot of the Star Geeks.
Yes.
Absolutely. So it's just a little nugget, kind of gets you excited if you enjoyed.
So you know what's curious about this story is what is going to be her arc in Ahsoka season 2. Yeah. Now that she's not under Balin.
Nope.
Balin has left. Will she turn to the dark side further down? Will she join Ahsoka and Sabine, which that probably would happen in some weird way? I'm curious to see what happens to her character, because I went down a whole rabbit hole, like one of Lil's YouTube rabbit holes. And they talked about this character becoming like, a Darth Maul kind of character, because, Palpatine,
Palpatine,
the Emperor.
Drink your Palpatine.
The Emperor,
he needed a Coda ring to figure out
was Maul's apprentice, and he left Maul to handle Vader, to get himself acclimated with Vader. I'm curious to know what her take is going to be, because her master's not dead, but like he left her. So what's going to be her arc? Remember, she's with those outlaws,
those raiders.
Those raiders. So I'm curious to know, like, what's going to happen with her character. Is she now, king of the raiders now? Like, I'm very curious to see what happens. So, yeah, right. It's like it kind of opens up a whole new thing. Like, Ahsoka season 2 is plot details and stuff like that. But like, I'm curious to see where her character goes, and I hope it's a good arc. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And with her background, I mean, she was never officially trained as a Jedi. So
true.
Balin trained her, but that was after everything had fallen apart, and he did it with a little bit of angst against the Jedi Order. So we don't really know what her training, other than the skill set, like what was the philosophy behind it.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't know what direction she could lean.
Okay. Well, we shall see. Ahsoka season 2. We're gonna get some information on that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So they gave us a name for that new Star Wars game that they're going to preview at Celebration. Star Wars Zero Company. Artwork looks pretty good.
Single player turn-based game.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. I normally would have been like, ugh, fuck that. But I enjoyed the fuck out of Baldur's Gate. And that was a single player turn-based combat game.
Yes.
And I had a lot of fun with that. So I'm not going to poo-poo this. I'm going to probably try this. I had a lot of fun. It's a different way of playing an RPG. It's the original way. The running through hack and slash RPGs that we get from Oblivion and Skyrim and stuff like that. Those are relatively newer than the turn-based single player style. So
now I know you, Steve. I know you will wait for this to be on Game Pass because I know you're not gonna. This is not a day one buy.
Especially if it's single player.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends. If it gets the same hype as see, Midnight Suns didn't really get that much hype. I felt like I didn't hear much about it after it came out. Baldur's Gate, you heard a ton after that came out. I just kept getting more stuff talked about that game. I'm excited for it. I like that style of gameplay. And looks like you can get yourself a fucking random. You got a Mandalorian, a clone trooper, one of those fucking guys that homeboy tried to get jumped at Saw Gerrera's compound. The guy with
two tubes.
Somebody with a lightsaber. The fact that it's got a lightsaber, probably is going to sell.
Huh? I'm curious.
Get your own droid, your own little droid to run around with you. You're going to end up with this really cool cast of characters and go on a crazy adventure.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a good Star Wars time. To me, it's going to be mostly about the graphics. Is it crazy? Is it too far top down to where it's like XCOM, like how you have it right there, or Marvel Ultimate Alliance, where it's like you barely can see the guys, they're super small? Or is it going to be like Baldur's Gate, where you can see them really well? You're running around. It's almost like a third-person game up until you get to the fighting.
I don't understand why we haven't gotten a multiplayer Star Wars game, a multiplayer co-op Star Wars game. I'm confused on why we haven't gotten that.
Even like we talked about before, why not make one like Ultimate Alliance, where you have a bunch of characters? Where
Everybody's gonna play that, dude.
You can unlock every freaking character, every hero if you want, and there's a ton of them, right? Across all different types of media, and have them play.
Hey, I got a timeout, so please handle the rest of the show. I'll be right back. I will not be on. So
after these messages,
we'll be right back.
Well, Sean won't be, but that's fine. So all right.
Mute Steve. You're on mute, Steve. He's gonna jump back on the second we end the show.
Probably.
Yeah. Collection news. There's a few things that they continue to drop. These, again, the Hot Toys, it seems like every week they're giving us another one. That K2SO.
Wait, quick question. Ed, did you get the Lego stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right,
bye. He ran back to ask that question. You see, he was not even at his desk.
Out of breath and everything.
Yeah, and he's not really a Lego guy, which just kind of surprises me.
Well, but he knows you are, so
yes.
So this is Hot Toys. So that's it. That K2SO looks really nice. Cassian looks
okay.
All right. Yeah.
He looks like the actor. I don't know what more do you guys want.
Well, compared to the Darth Maul we saw last week, this looks.
But I
good.
think you could do it. I get it. It's harder for. I really think when you're comparing Darth Maul's face to a human face,
it's
right?
True. It's a lot easier to make Darth Maul look cool.
Yeah.
So
I think the hair.
I think Cassian looks pretty good. You know what it is? It looks like a doll. You know, it
Well,
looks like
right.
a doll. So
I mean, yeah, you can go get yourself a LeBron James Barbie right now if you want.
I don't, and I won't. But K2SO looks great. The eyes glowing looks really good. I
Oh.
like that yellow touch on the arms. It looks a lot newer than the version we got in Rogue One. He was pretty beat up in Rogue One.
Yeah, but the eyes, I think, sell it. Those eyes are awesome.
Yep, it's very nice. I can't wait till we get more K2 in the fucking show.
This was the one I was thinking that Sean would want to jump back in and ask if I grabbed from the text that he sent me. Only because I know this is usually where he goes, and I'm sorry.
He sold all those, so I mean, these things are too damn expensive to be the size of to fit the palm of your hand.
Well, not only that, and look, I'm a Star Wars fan. I love all the nitpick details. When I see these little obscure characters and they're doing concept art and making these things that sell for hundreds of dollars, I'm like, why? But somebody likes it, I guess. So,
what is this thing? True. What was it in?
I think it was a creature from Return of the Jedi. I didn't get it. I literally got the text from Sean, plugged it in, and didn't really get a chance to look at it too closely.
The Whole Cabashite. Subflex. I don't know what it is, but it looks gross. It looks slimy and gross.
Something that is on my seafood plate.
I wouldn't eat that. You would eat that?
All seafood looks disgusting, but it tastes great.
What's up, Flex?
Yo, Flex. So, another one of the SH figure arts. Then I'm guessing that given the text that was on this is something that they will show off next week in Japan.
Sorry, I'm reading the comments.
Sorry, Snoke makes a great point. I cannot recall ever seeing this in any Star Wars film.
That's what I'm saying.
Why the fuck would I want something that doesn't scream Star Wars?
It's on a Star Wars plate. It's on a little stand that says Star Wars. It's signed by Joe Johnston. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
This was calling from the car.
My God. It sounded so loud, too.
My bad.
So does this SH Figure Arts, does this guy come with the mini lightsabers? Is that what this text on the screen is for, or what do we got going on here?
I would assume yes. I don't know because they really don't give you a whole lot of details with these. They're just kind of giving us little previews and trying to get everybody excited for what they're going to show off at Celebration. So
it looks cool, but it's SH Figure Arts. It's a little action figure, a little
it's a 6-inch figure. It's going to be hyper articulated. It's going to cost you $100.
It'll be $100 for that damn thing.
That's what
Yeah. I've seen some for like 80, but yeah, that's still in that same price range for them for a 6-inch figure.
I'm good.
Yep.
I never really was a huge General Grievous fan. I liked that one scene where his arms kind of split apart and he was like spinning the two lightsabers, but it felt like Obi-Wan got out of that really easily. Like he blocked them all with one hit. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, make this interesting.
Yeah. And that was, part of the disconnect because they built him up as this character and he's got all these lightsabers because he's killed so many Jedi. But I know Obi-Wan is at the top of the game, but it still didn't seem like it was that challenging for him.
True. Yeah. True.
So,
what's up, Zombie?
And General Grievous is he's asthmatic, he's disabled,
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Here are some of the Legos that Sean was talking about. They're going to get us for May the 4th.
Oh, shit.
Is this going to be remote control?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I was thinking because the wheelbase, it looks
if you're a nerd, you can make it remote controlled.
With Legos, absolutely. But you can get a little chopper.
Battery and be good to go. That thing looks really cool.
Yeah.
Sean, you going to be getting these Legos?
No. It was only for Ed because I know a lot of Lego people, but I think it was great though.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
Ed, you gonna be picking these up then?
No, like I said, the one that I'll end up doing is if they give us that giant set that they had talked about, that big Death Star. Depending on what that looks like, I might go in for that one.
Yeah, I'm looking at this chopper and I'm looking at the pieces that make up the nameplate. I'm like, that's that's one of those little succulent plant Legos that come, it's like a little guy.
Yeah, he's like maybe 8 inches. He's not very
that's
big.
a UCF. That's a UCF though, right?
What's that?
Isn't it? That's one of the bigger ones, right? Like that's more
No.
pieces.
No, this is a tiny one.
Like, look at the house plant. There's a little house plant next to it. It looks.
Yeah, and just looking at the plate, you can kind of get a count based on the pegs on the plate.
Yeah, it's a little 6-piece goes all the way to the top. It's very small.
Oh.
Yeah. This one is big.
No.
This is the Slave 1 with Django and a young Boba. This looks really cool, especially because of the scale.
With the stand and the nameplate? Come on, man. That would go. Put that right next to your Titanic, Ed.
No, it is a good piece, but I don't.
What?
Yeah, I know.
You're a Star Wars fan and a Lego fan, and they're just like smacking you in the face with it, and you're like, eh.
Yeah,
I feel cheated. I feel cheated for Lego by this. I don't know what more do you want, Ed? What can
I'm very particular.
He wants one that he could actually step foot into.
Here's a few other sets.
Will you be getting any of these?
I can tell that I'm.
You're not.
Give myself a second.
There you go. Yeah, you're not frozen for us or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Steve. I am totally getting that fucking Star Wars one that says
the Star Wars
logo one.
Awesome.
Yeah, they already have a Marvel one out with the Marvel Studios logo. So
that Lego Star Wars one is really cool.
Yeah, I'm totally getting that.
Now, for me, these days when it comes to Legos, I more enjoy the minifigs. So while I don't necessarily need the ship from Andor, I do love the fact that it has those minifigs. So that's usually the thing that pushes me over the edge on a few of them on occasion.
What do you think about those helmet Legos, Ed?
They're
I have someone at our office that actually has them in his office. Like, he has all the Star Wars ones that are out. They look okay, but like I don't. They're not for me.
No,
I don't do Legos anyway. So
yeah,
just like Pat's fan. See, Pat's fan. I don't do Legos either.
And I know there was that one other collectible piece you sent over to me, Sean, the ATST, but I was unable to get it prior to my last second jumping on.
So EFX you can't even go to EFX Collectibles because it's only in the email that I got. EFX is dropping a studio scale ATST that's going to cost about $1,500.
Yeah, it's only 12. Was it 12 inches, 14 inches tall?
Yeah, well, you seen it, right?
I saw it, but for that price, I'm like, no way.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
It's $100 an inch.
Yeah,
I mean, if I had that, I'd have $300.
Damn, you put a.
I mean, on a good day though, I'd have $300. So
it's nice. I mean,
it's a really cool studio scale piece, but like, I don't know, like for $1,500 or whatever. I mean, that's not even including shipping, right? Like, imagine what that's going to cost to ship. Like, it just seems, it's just crazy. So. It's cool if you're into the studio scale stuff and that's what you want. I just, I don't see the value. You can find some really cool models that are at that height for probably a third of that price, and they look just as good.
Hey, I'm gonna hit y'all right back.
Yeah, no, do you think? Did you all see that the Tony Gilroy was talking and had led on the fact that they may be in the works of a bit of a Star Wars horror project over
we
there.
know that they're talking about it. We don't know any specifics other than it's being considered.
other than it being considered, which lends itself to a lot of discussion. We talked about this before, but if they're actually going to go for it, Tony Gilroy, would you think he would be involved?
Given what he's produced for Andor, and I have high expectations for season 2, Tony Gilroy can do anything he wants in the Star Wars universe for me right now.
He's like up there with Filoni. You know, he's like
Filoni and Favreau. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, give him a movie. Give him, whatever characters you want to take on next, take it and go with it, right?
Yeah. Well, technically, he's about to give us 4 movies, so I'll take more.
True.
So yeah. I don't know if you guys have anything else before we get into the Andor season 2 discussion.
No, I don't think so. No. I think let's talk about Andor.
So, thinking of the 3 movies that he's going to give us, I mean, we're 5 days, 23 hours, and roughly 30 minutes away from
when did you make this slide? You made this slide to do math and shit.
I didn't need to. I knew that if everything worked out, that we would be about a half an hour in at our regular broadcast time, which puts us exactly at 5 days, 23 hours, and what would now be 28 minutes and 30 seconds. So, but we we got run times. So we now have yes. And this slide is a mess because I didn't get the chance to format it beforehand.
It's
in short, you can kind of see here, and I did the math with them. So, episodes 1, 2, and 3, 51, 44, and 53. So you get 148 minutes.
And they're all releasing, all 3 of those are releasing Tuesday.
Correct. So if you take out the average of 7 minutes per episode for a preview and a credit scene, you're looking at 127 minutes for those 3 episodes. So you get a 2-hour arc on Tuesday.
Fuck yeah.
That's nuts.
Yes, and it doesn't change much for the other remaining arcs to where when you go to 4, 5, and 6, it's pretty much identical at 126 minutes actual viewage, 128 and 116. So we are pretty damn close to 2 hours every week for the next 4 weeks. We're getting 4 Star Wars movies.
That's crazy. I'm so excited.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be tough, man.
Oh, yeah. No.
I'm down to the wire for school, man.
It's also graduation coming up. My wife's having graduation. Little's having graduation. I got a kid graduating. I got all kinds.
This is happening. Tough. This is I mean, it's
well, fortunately,
I should have taken tonight off to keep working on my finals.
But I am totally in. I can't wait.
Oh, yes. And, as it's been kind of offhanded referred as the professor of Star Wars, this is what I will be working on for those 24 hours from when it drops until we talk about it. If I need to watch it at least twice, I'm going to shoot for 3. But, oh, yes. Sleep be mad.
Grabs and
Ed won't be sleeping. That's
I don't sleep much anyway. Oh,
the show
I cannot wait.
Baby. Oh man,
cannot wait. The screen grabs are going to be. That's going to be the tough part. 2 hours of screen grabs. I'm going to have to try and keep that down to a handful. But so
all the episodes come out at once, right? All 3, and then it's all 3, then all 3.
Yep.
Yeah. It's four drops of 3 episodes each.
That is a lot.
God, I wish there was a way that you could a mode where you could can I play all 3 episodes with only 1 intro and 1 outro, just miss those middles, just play it through. I wish there was a way you could just select that mode.
I would like that too, but I'm sure they're not going to, because you figure that
of course not.
They're going to give everybody their due.
Yeah.
Yeah, the credits for each one are going to be slightly different, so everybody gets their due.
It's true. It's not like Andor's intro it's 7 seconds long. It just says Andor, and then it's to the show. So
yeah,
Like, why does it offer you the skip intro button on Andor, but not on like fucking Yellow Jackets? Like, that's a long ass intro. What the fuck?
Well, that's
like,
a different streaming service. So
So I pulled together just a single slide for each of the main characters just to kind of have a discussion. And, this is where it's dangerous because we've all said that when it comes to speculation and for us to put forward what we want in these shows, that's what creates the disappointment. But I can't help it. I am so hyped for this. Yep.
And let me ask you a question. Do you have like a list of who's already dead in the Star Wars universe and who didn't die?
In the Star Wars
we already
universe?
know Andor. No. In Andor, like we know that Andor's dead, K2SO, like you know what I mean. Like, but what about the other characters? Like
they're all dead.
Everybody
died because, but are they dead? We don't know that though. We don't know that specifically.
Well, do you have
Gareth blew up.
Anybody particular in mind? Because there aren't many at this point that are dead.
I know that's what I'm like, but we'll see I mean, what the main character? What the hell is the character? What's man? Damn, I'm not in front of my desk right now, so it's like weird. But I had like a kill list.
We couldn't tell.
of who's dead. But
like when the show starts or when it ends? What are you talking about?
When it ends, like what's go ahead.
Well, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about as we kind of go through the characters is to see what our thoughts are as far as what we would like to see and then what we think their fate will end up being by the end of this series.
Okay.
Well, whoever is alive in Rogue One is going to live through the show.
Correct. Now,
we're going to get introduced to a lot of people that aren't in that movie.
Yeah. So
but you know that what you would call is like gang. Not all those guys died. Like Two Tubes didn't die. Like
no, he was in Rogue One.
The rest of his crew.
Yeah, he died.
No, but like he didn't like. But did he die on? Did he die on the planet? I don't think he did.
On Jeddah?
On Jeddah when they blew that shit up.
I don't think he did.
I don't know.
Remember, there's a lot of people escaped. So
possibly.
Yeah.
We just know that Saul was
the planet. They just blew up that area. So.
Yeah, and I mean we know that Saul was the only one who he stayed behind with intention of dying with his cause, but yeah, the others could have escaped. We have no way of knowing.
Right. Except for that big fat squid thing, that mind that like got into your mind and shit.
Who's
putting that thing on a ship?
No, Borgullet's staying behind.
Anyway.
He had his name just like the tip of your tongue. That's wild.
Yeah, I know. You hear me over here buffling names like it's Game of Thrones and shit.
So we know Cassian Andor is the main character. We know obviously he survives because this goes right up to Rogue One. I'm looking forward to seeing his transformation from joining the rebellion, but also to see how some of his comments come to fruition, because in Rogue One, he talks about how he did such dark, evil things in the name of the rebellion. And I'm hoping we get to see a glimpse of some of those really controversial moments that, basically he's probably going to execute some people in the name of the rebellion. And that's what he's looking to atone for when he takes on that final mission, which he doesn't realize it's going to be his final in going to Scarif. So I'm looking to see his transformation and his growth from point A to point B. And then, well, we know what happens in Rogue One. So.
Well, he's a shoot first guy, kind of guy, this Cassian. So he's going to murder several more people throughout the duration of these episodes. His mom's dead. There are some people to answer for some shit.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
I hope Cassian gets to murder that one dude, the smarmy. I can't remember his name now.
Cyril Karnes.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Just point blank. Just.
He's got himself a fancy new coat in the trailers, so we'll see what happens.
Punisher style. Just go right at him.
We know we're going to get K2SO. I'm curious to see when he comes into play, and hopefully he comes in the first half. I'm thinking midway through because I'd like to see some of the rapport that gets built between him and Cassian as they come together. And one of the things we speculated before was it would be really cool if there was some kind of merge between the recovered K2SO droid and the mind of the BMO, because he's Cassian's buddy. So to see them kind of merged into the same memory system of the droid, I think it would be not only cool, but it would also give more weight to when K2SO dies in Rogue One.
But they're so different. Like the
Well,
one BMO guy, he's like timid, he's got a stutter, and the K2SO, he's kind of a dick. Like he's got like a shitty side to him. I get what you're saying. It would finding a way to, because we don't see him in Rogue One, that other droid, so there's got to be something going on there.
Yeah,
he is a dick, Steven.
Yeah, he talks a lot of shit, and he says it right to your face. Like,
but think about that. If you were this little tiny, like, kind of, I don't even know what his brand is, but like an R2 unit, and you're timid and you're shy and you stutter and everybody's been kind of walking all over you, and the next thing you know, your mind has just been uploaded into this big badass robot, I think you'd have an attitude as well.
Maybe. I could see it. I could see it. We'll see what happens.
And
it's an interesting take.
It may not just be his personality and consciousness as K2SO, but it could be a merge. So if you think of, like, from Marvel, look at Rogue. I mean, you've got multiple personalities kind of running around in there. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. Yes, indeed.
I'm excited for their introduction to each other, seeing just how all that gets going.
Luth and Raw.
I know what your speculation is. Your speculation is this motherfucker whips out a lightsaber at some point in the next 4 weeks.
I don't think he's going to. I actually don't care if he pulls out a lightsaber. I'm hoping he doesn't. I do expect we get the reveal that he was a Jedi. And I don't think there's any question. He does not survive season 2.
Dead.
No way.
But how does he die?
It has to be so glorious, so epic. He has to go out taking out so many people with him that it just makes sense. Like, did you see the way Luthen schooled those fucking Empire pilots with a dogfight? Like, shit on that whole Star Destroyer, shit on their whole fleet they sent after him, and then skimmed their fucking bridge and then went into hyperspace on their ass. And did it all while not even his temperature didn't rise, his breath rate didn't change. So he has to go out.
I think it's going to be a smaller death. I think it's going to be something that kind of takes Cassian to the next level. I think it's going to be some kind of sacrifice he's going to make, not some kind of giant blaze of glory.
Yeah,
it could be a sacrifice at the same time. A little.
He could sacrifice himself. Knowing that's
I'm going to say it's small.
So
you would enjoy it small.
You're thinking
3 inches.
So if we're comparing it to Star Wars, is it similar to Obi-Wan Kenobi's sacrifice to push Luke over to become?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yep.
So
if this motherfucker turns into a pile of clothes, I'm done.
Pile of robes.
I'm done with it.
And then it becomes
I'm telling you that right now.
Nope.
I won't allow it.
And then they'll release Rogue One, the special edition, where he's a Force Ghost talking to Cassian the whole time.
So, Luthen's sidekick, Kayla. We know she's in it.
That was her name. You got her name. Damn, Sean came back home already. Holy shit!
Told you I was coming back.
This guy's you're a fucking magician, bro. That was so dangerous.
Listen, man, you drive as much as I do, man. You just easy shit. But anyway.
So we know she survives. At one point in the trailer, it almost looks like she's sad. And again, I'm thinking it's because that's after Luthen's gone and that she's sad and angry and everything else. I'll be curious to see what role she plays in the overall rebellion, whether she's
getting killed.
Because you think she's going out too? All right.
No, not in this series. I think
what if Luthen dies quiet, like a little once, and then some shit goes down. Like
I didn't
some
say I
listen, shut
wanted
up. Let me finish. Some stormtroopers come in, and then Clea, what's it, Clea?
Yeah.
She whips out some lightsabers. She was a Jedi. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, let's keep this 100. Like, there's got to be a lightsaber scene in this fucking show, right?
There doesn't have to be.
Well,
They didn't have one in the first season, and it was great. But there was one in
But
Rogue
dude,
One. It was
But
so
dude,
good.
they packed on the budget for this fucking show. So like, well, first of all, most of the money went into that goddamn that scene with that damn TIE fighter shooting all the damn in the previews. Like, god damn, like that, that costs a lot of money.
Yeah, just because they had a budget doesn't mean they're adding lightsabers. I mean,
It's so easy to add lightsabers.
So
They have
easy.
them. It's just copy paste. You put them right there. But
I
I mean, it requires it. So
I would love to see a lightsaber. I only want to see one. And
there's
I want it
one
to
in
be
that room.
red.
He's got all kinds of weird shit in that room. I saw a whole breakdown of like all the weird shit
Oh,
that's
yeah.
in there. He's got a Jedi's like a Jedi Temple Guard fucking helmet in there. He's got all kinds of cool
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, well,
There's
shit,
got to
man.
be a lightsaber in there.
And there
Oh.
has to be.
And even if there is, though, like I said, I only want to see one lightsaber, and it's red.
Yeah, but I want to see.
Vader?
I want to see something that we've never seen before. I want to see Vader go against fucking not Luke Skywalker, not Obi-Wan. I want to see him go against an old Jedi. Just an old Jedi, like, this dude right here. Luthen,
And-
like, he's an old school Jedi, just like an old Jedi. And listen, he loses. We all know the motherfucker gonna lose. If he gonna lose, let him go out like a boss, though.
Well, I think if it comes to that, I don't even think it's Vader breaks a sweat. We're talking about a Jedi who hasn't used his powers.
Well,
Vader is on top that he would mop the floor with him.
well, it's a good sacrifice then. Like, say if
Oh,
he
yeah.
sacrifices for something that he needed. Like, I don't know where Vader is at this moment in time, but like, it would be a nice awesomeness to like, see. You know what I mean? Like that. Like, I want to see that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm expecting. Maybe I'm expecting way too goddamn much, which usually I do.
Usually is the case.
It's like a little in Mephisto, like a little in his Mephisto shit in every goddamn Marvel show.
Mephisto's coming. I don't know what you're talking about.
TikTok, baby, TikTok.
So,
I'm just talking about to keep that buildup going because when it happens, it's gonna be glorious.
I need a build. I need that here. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Ed. Go ahead, go down your roster.
We know Saul Guerrera. We've talked about him last week. We know he dies in Rogue One. I'm looking forward to, again, seeing kind of why. I mean, we know why, but to actually see on screen why the rebellion loves and hates him all at the same time. And I'll be curious to see if they show us what happens to him that makes him go down the Darth Vader path with 2 metal legs and a rebreather, and to see what pushes him to that point. Is it a sacrifice on his end, or is he just throwing it in the wind?
Yes, Jeff, he does die.
So, Mon Mothma, we know her story, her general arc. Again, given what they've already shown us and what we expect to see, the whole thing with Gorman and her big speech, I cannot wait. I hope they do it the right justice, which I'm imagining they will.
So God, she's gonna give such a shit talking speech. She's gonna dress everybody down on that big stage. Oh,
she has to.
I can't wait,
right? Well,
dude.
We know she does. We just never seen it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Her escape from this, do we see this as well?
Yeah,
I think they have to.
Jimmy Smits is going to show up out of nowhere.
It's the action
flying
scene. Car. Yeah, and Jimmy Smits looks just like he did.
But she wasn't rescued by Jimmy Smits, was she?
No, I know. I'm just saying it's to be Jimmy
But
Smits.
he could just pop in and it would make sense. Like, perfect.
I thought she was rescued by Hera, wasn't she?
Well, for the second half of the journey, that was after she was already taken off of Coruscant. How she gets off of Coruscant, we don't know. And again, you want to talk about a daring escape because you're giving that speech in the Senate Rotunda.
Yeah.
You are surrounded by the Imperials. How you get off planet, That's a minor miracle.
Jimmy Smits and a young Leia.
That's why there's 4 2-hour movies coming.
Nah, dog. Yo, I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be some shit. There's gonna be some shit that happens that none of us are gonna expect. Because if you think about this, shit has really kind of been under wraps. So no one knows what's gonna happen unless you already watched it already. But like, yo, I haven't even read any spoilers. I don't think I want to at this point. Steve, even though you might find some, send them to me. I'm just saying, but
I'm not really looking. I kind of just want to.
Like I'm kind of not. Like I'm kind of like waiting. Like I really want to be hyped for this. Now let me ask y'all a question. If they did this the first 3 episodes in the movie theaters, would y'all go see it?
Yes, 100%.
Of course. You
it would look.
I know that question was not addressed to me.
Well, of course, Ed, we're going together holding hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Skipping and shit.
We're going to hope that no one else comes in because we can't stand anybody else.
Those motherfuckers frolicking to the theater? What the hell's happening?
The real question is, are we frolicking when it's over? Oh, jumped ahead.
She's not force choked, man. I think she's having a fucking anxiety attack. That's just me.
No, it's Star Wars. You're not gonna show us that because it is only represented by one thing in all of Star Wars.
No, dude.
Unless
yo, let me tell you, dog. This is my arc for her. She is gonna turn to the fucking rebellion, dog.
No,
I'm telling you right now.
The Empire is in her soul.
It's a good story, dog. It's a good flip from one thing to the next because you felt something went wrong the way that you didn't, or they betrayed you, or they demoted you, or some shit like that. She's gonna get pissed, and I'm telling you, she's gonna flip. I
like it. I like it. Sean. I like your. I think she is such an evil-ish person in the first season. It would be nice to see her have this big flip.
Yeah.
I'm going to speculate and say that because there is a bit of an awkward love portion to this between her and Cyril. I've actually saw
gross.
It's really weird. Like I saw there's a couple minute footage from.
It is gross.
And it's just the way that and she has her hair down and it's just weird. But even with that relationship,
why villains can't fall in love too?
No,
well, I don't think that she's capable of it.
Punchable. He's too punchable. You're just like, ew. No other interaction other than punching.
Yeah, there will be
not this marriage.
That'll be Mom Martha's daughter getting married.
Yeah,
so we'll see that. But
I don't think she's capable of that kind of love. I think her only true love is the Empire, and I think that what happens is that, and I'm still going with, and again, this is just my own wishful thinking, that she's after Axis, Luthen Rawl. She's going after him. He's a slippery guy because he's a former Jedi.
But let's keep it one. Like we've seen her story arc. She has no real weight in the game. She didn't lose anything. There is nothing for her to be like, I don't fucking like this part of the rebellion. She's only been a part of the Empire. So her arc, this is like fucking Game of Thrones here. Like, let's be honest, man. Tony Gilroy's telling fucking stories Game of Thrones style. And like there's gonna be flips, there's gonna be good guys go bad and bad guys that go good. And that is very Star Warsy in many ways, but not. Like in Rebels, there's the one character who was a villain the whole goddamn season, and then he fucking flips and find out he was a spy. Yo, there's shit that's gonna happen, man, that we're not gonna expect.
Yeah, what the heck was his name? That slimy Imperial colonel.
But he came out to be a good guy at the end, though. He was fighting side by side with them cats, man. So I'm telling you, there's gonna be a flip of something, and we're all not gonna expect it. And I think it's her. That's just me.
Yeah, very possible. I think that picture there is her demise. I think it is Darth Vader who kills her.
No.
Because she fails, and we know how he loves to kill the people who fail.
What does she fail at? She didn't fail at anything.
She failed because she let Luthen get away, and it gets revealed that Luthen was a Jedi, and but
remember, that wasn't on her back, though. Remember,
it doesn't matter to Vader.
That wasn't
Vader
on
doesn't
her.
care.
Vader, look, she's small potatoes for Vader.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He's going to clean house. He's going to be pissed, and his anger will overwhelm.
No, I don't think so, man.
All right. Well, we've got 4 weeks, and we will know for certain. Everybody's
look at
favorites.
bam,
Yeah.
bam.
See, so this is my story with this. This fucker right here, he's a fucker. So this is how I look at it. She's gonna turn. He's trying to weasel his way into her, but he's gonna find a way to power, to go back to the Imperials or whatever, because he's already he's a fucking bad guy from the beginning to the end. There's nothing gonna change. I feel like that arc right there is going to it's something's gonna break there, and it's gonna happen. I'm telling you.
Here's your flip. He's the one who flips because he's in love with her and she's in love with the Empire, and she jilts him.
Fucking rebellion, bro. I'm telling you, he's in love with the Empire. He's a fucking dick.
He'll turn on her to go
exactly.
Kiss, brown nose, and try to get himself a little promotion.
Yeah,
he will throw anybody under the bus to get another stripe on his sleeve. That's the
I think that's more her.
Shit, little worm he is.
Yeah. I don't know, Ed, what you looking at, but I cannot see. I'm telling you, she going.
We must have worked. I feel like me and Sean worked with the same kinds of people. Maybe Ed, we didn't work with the same kinds of people. Because this motherfucker, we worried about at work right here.
Yo, like, every fucking time this motherfucker. No, I know motherfuckers like him.
Orson Krennic. We know we get him in the very beginning. And
he definitely lives.
Well, that's definitely the case. There was a spoiler that I read that I think it's even in the very first episode. There is a very big Imperial meeting that he is a part of that Tony Gilroy, pulling pieces from history, is almost a mirror image of a meeting of the Nazi Party when they were trying to determine the final solution. And he is part of that whole just nasty meeting as they are planning the Death Star, probably talking about just massive genocide and what they're going to do with this weapon.
I can see that.
Yeah. Because again, he used a lot of references, because I think he made a comment in one of the articles when they were interviewing him that the reason they could do that is that good for historic purposes, but the Nazis took very good notes and kept a lot of information so you can use it for replication of what they did and how horrible they were.
Does Galen Erso show up in this?
I have a whole list of characters who, that's the question. Will we get to see them? And here you go.
Oh, shit.
So, do we get to see a young Jyn Erso as part of Saw Gerrera's band?
Yes.
The timeline wouldn't. She would be not a young. She would just be that Jyn Erso. She would be the same.
No,
age.
she won't be that person. No, she'll be a teenager because she was only with him from age 8 to 16, and then he left her.
So you could time jump because they're time jumping anyway, Steve. So
yeah. I guess I'm not sure exactly how many years this takes place before Rogue One. Like, what's the stretch here?
So, I know because you think of Andor and like how old is he?
Yeah, like Andor to Rogue One. I'm just thinking like there can't be more than like 5 years.
Well, Andor season 1 is 5 BBY, so we're talking about 5 years before the Battle of Yavin. Next week, when we get 1, 2, and 3, that's 4 BBY. Then we jump to 3, we jump to 2, we jump to 1. So we are a 1-year time span all the way through this. So if we see her, the only way we would be in the very first one.
We're not going to see her.
But again,
be too close to the. She'd only be a year or two younger than she is in Rogue One. So
yeah, I mean, and Felicity Jones is what, 40? She's like in her 40s. I don't. You could de-age her though, Alel. You're de-age.
No, you can. But what's the point? Like,
she would only be in there as a cameo. Their characters haven't met yet.
Yes,
so
that's what I would want. Is just a cameo young girl that could be that we don't even know, that it's just when you see Saul's band,
okay with that.
I like her, and that would be cool.
Point to it.
Listen, they put a lot of money into this shit, bro.
Oh, just think of all the random Easter eggs.
They put a lot of money in it. Why waste the money on putting in a cameo that has no meaning to
fan service, man.
Fan service. And again,
is Tony Gilroy
proved to be... watch Star Wars a little?
I have, but is Tony Gilroy proved that he cares about fan service or he cares about telling a good story?
Well, you could do both. I mean, again, when you're showing Saul Guerrera's group, you're not spending any money. She's an extra. It just happens to be a teenage girl who's part of this group of aliens, to where we as fans look at it and go, "Oh my God, it's Jen Erso."
Yeah, of course.
That's all that matters. So,
okay.
Now, do we get to see Galen Erso? Because again, at this
Mads
point,
Mikkelsen is a vampire and doesn't age, so you could very easily plop him into an episode and it would be just fine.
You can de-age him easily.
You don't need to. He looks the same.
You're right. It's true.
Did Kino Loy survive this one?
I hope we get him. I hope that he got out of there. I like that character. He was so good. His arc was crazy in those episodes. So the fact that he got all the way out and he just couldn't swim, like, I hope that he.
So we're going to get something, but we don't know what, because again, in that interview with Tony Gilroy, they were talking about all kinds of stuff and budget and timeline and things like that. And he kind of laid some Easter egg hints into characters that we've seen in Rogue One that were not in Andor that we'll get, but there might be a few of them that are not played by the same actors we've seen before, because he made a comment about, time, money and time and things just don't line up. And so we shall see. He gave us no clue as to who or what, but
I would like to see a young Jen Erso because I want to like to see her character. Maybe there's more to her character when she was young.
What is it, Darth Vader?
This is again because I get a chance to edit this before
Darth Vader.
If we're doing the Raiders,
Darth Vader. Or Darth Vader.
So I wouldn't mind seeing all three of these in some small portion. Again, the story's not about them. I don't need that to be the story, but they are intricate parts of this general overall storyline that they have to at least be mentioned or seen, even if it's background only.
Well, look, you are very skeptical about this. Like, you don't want to see anything. Like, I'm so...
It's not that I don't want to see anything. I'm looking at what the probables are. I am tempering my expectations, Sean.
And that will make you probably the highest hero of the bunch as a result.
I don't know this guy.
Steve's anticipating like people going down like in Young Guns.
I see
Blazes of Glory. John Bon Jovi singing from the mountaintops.
That's all I need. I need some good action and some good fucking gritty fighting. That's what I need. If these guys here showed up, I'd be okay with it. But if they don't show up, I'm also okay with it. They didn't show up in season 1, and I love that shit. So, I'm kind of partial here. But
I'm just tempering it. I think
you need everything to be a fucking slow drama. You want people to die quietly alone in a closet and shit.
Well,
I want a goddamn nuclear. I want them to take out a whole fucking star system.
I think Vader's probably the biggest possibility because it's easiest to do. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a costume man in a costume and a voice, right? So
is the CG for
it costs a lot to have a CG character model placed in. I'm just telling you. Why are you gonna spend your money on that if he's not gonna be an integral part of the show?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Unless again you do it to where he's a
if he is an integral part, then yeah.
Just film him from the back and get the guy with the same weird triangle shaped head.
Hello, $290 million fucking budget, dog.
Yeah, what was the budget for season 1?
I don't even know, but 290.
It was up there. I think it was. I think it was.
It's not a lot for 4 movies, though.
No,
well, right, but it was the
total budget.
One
total budget $645 million. Damn, that's a lot of money for a Star Wars TV show. That's a
What,
lot of money.
645 million for what? For this?
Well, like you said,
Season 1
4
and 2.
movies.
1 and 2, yeah.
Season 1
So
and 2.
4 movies.
So season
Season
1
one cost
cost more,
400
and you didn't
million.
get any of this
And
stuff.
season 2 is so they're doing twice as much with half the money in season 2.
Let me see. Hold up. The production cost for season 2 alone will be 290 million, which is more than production costs on Star Wars: Rise of the Skywalker in 2019. And God damn.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but that's
I
a total
I
movie.
suppose
The total
years ago.
production cost, Andor's 2 seasons, is at 645 million.
Yeah. So the first season was
But-
350, and this one's 290.
and while it's not my money, so it's easy to say, well worth it because this is some of the best Star Wars.
And
Period.
maybe the cost on season 2 is a little bit less because they've already have a lot of these sets, a lot of this wardrobe already done, a lot of this stuff is already. They don't have to spend that money again.
I think that this actually probably cost them a little bit more because of the timing of this. They just finished writing portions of it as the writer's strike was hitting. I think some things were built that they had to rebuild because there was a lot happening in that timeline, which is why this took so long. And let's face it, when those things are happening, it's going to cost you more because time is money.
Yep. And as time gets further and further along, no matter what, costs of everything goes up.
Yeah. So if you want Tarkin, the way you could do it, he's a hologram. He's calling it in.
Yeah,
less CGI, and you put in the voice, and he makes his appearance.
The only hologram would be the Emperor to me. Like that can stay consistent. The hologram of the Emperor, you can push that for as long as you want.
I'm hoping that he's on his little platform in the middle of the Senate when she gives her speech, and you just get like,
I hope so too.
Him giving her the eye, like pointing and going, "Bring her to me." On the good guy side of things, I think of any of these, Bail Organa is probably the more likely
that's been
person
my prediction this whole time.
That we
Jimmy
will see.
Smith is showing up.
Do we get a cameo of what would be a teenage Princess Leia along with him? Possibly. Yeah. Like I said, Ahsoka Tano we know is playing a role during this whole thing because she is now Fulcrum. And then, of course, you have the whole timelines converging with what's happening with the Rebels crew. I don't expect we're going to see any of them. If anything, we might get, like in Rogue One, a little shot of Chopper rolling through the screen or something. Just again to tie it together.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
mean, shoot, we got that in Rogue One.
I don't need to see. I honestly, I don't need to see any of this right here. Like, I'm fine with none of this right here.
I think Bail Organa makes sense.
Yeah, well,
these people with the helping of her escaping Coruscant makes sense.
I don't need a Princess Leia.
No, Bail Organa would be a bad father figure if he threw Princess Leia into the middle of this crazy escape attempt. So it probably keeps her not.
I'm just thinking that if he is, like a scene where he's with Mon Mothma on Coruscant, you would think that he would have his teenage daughter, who tells us in A New Hope, "I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan." So she could be just right there with him, working as like an assistant, just because he's teaching her the ropes of politics. But again, as a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
So
I see that makes sense. That's easy. So
yeah. And again, you could basically find anybody who somewhat resembles a teenage Carrie Fisher-esque look, and that's perfectly fine.
I mean, hell, you could probably bring back the actress who was in Obi-Wan. I mean,
she's probably about the right age now.
Yeah, how old she is at this point is probably close enough.
Yeah,
you could do that.
That would be kind of cool.
Not a bad idea.
No.
I could see that.
But no matter how you shake this is, I would probably say, short of Phantom Menace, this has got to be up there as one of the most anticipated Star Wars releases for me.
I agree.
So
really, so this would have been more than Episode 7. The anticipation for it?
Anticipation, yes. Now, I was excited for that, but I think because of what I've already seen in season 1 of Andor, and like I said, I know everybody kind of yelled at me when I made the whole idea of using this kind of concept and storyline and retelling some original trilogy stuff.
Yeah.
But the way that this is
Not that
now,
bad.
Yeah.
but here's one of the things I'll throw out. And I was talking to somebody else about this. What is everybody's 99% of Star Wars fans, when you ask them what's their favorite Star Wars? Number 1.
Return of the Jedi.
Empire.
Empire Strikes Back. And so and that's my thing is I'm like, why do we like Empire?
Story was good.
Good story. It's dark.
I mean, listen,
We like it for the race.
I like Return of the Jedi for a very long time. I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah, when
you love them damn
when
Ewoks.
you were 10.
Yeah, because I love the characters and the creatures. I think Return of the Jedi has the best creatures and characters, of all the Star Wars movies, to be honest. That's just me. But
so but I think what makes Empire so good is the reason why Andor is so good. Storytelling, character development, and it's dark.
Although I agree with you, like episode 7 was very hyped for me. Like that was like what?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, episode 1, the fever pitch was ridiculous. I mean, do you? My mom managed the toy department at Walmart. I was working at Walmart during this time as well. Like when those toys hit, they were gone. I've never seen shelves emptied within minutes. So the hype for Phantom Menace was there, and I felt a very similar hype when episode 7 was coming out, because again, people were just buying up everything. The shelves were emptied, and then again, the hype dies down. Even though some of the movies probably after were better, they weren't as hyped because there wasn't anything happening.
The movies after
Andor doesn't have the merch. It doesn't have like it doesn't have that that appeal to where kids.
And I guarantee you were rocking, episode 7 T-shirts and everything.
I still have.
Oh no, I mean, if you're talking about overall fandom, yes, but I'm saying me personally,
the movie for that.
I'm more excited for this than I was. I was excited for both, but I think this is more so.
Okay.
I'm on the same board with you. Like I agree. Like I was way hyped for that. This I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. But I love Rogue One. I like Andor season 1. I love it. Like, but it's not like because this is not a theatrical release either. This is like
I think that's part of it too, right? Like, I'm gonna stay home. It's gonna drop at 8:00 at night.
I have some logistical questions. We're doing our show on Wednesday. Like, that's a lot of viewing from the time it drops to when we have to record.
No.
I know. I'm gonna be like, literally jumping on the show like as the intro goes on, because I'll be like, I just finished the 3rd episode.
I know, dog.
Because there's no way I'm running through these together, like in the day and
well,
half.
I will, but
I know you will. I am not.
This is me.
Yep. I'll have episodes 1, 2, and 3 complete before midnight.
Damn, you're true.
Oh, I'll be refreshing, waiting for that thing to drop.
Listen, next week is our review. It's next week, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Next week will be our review of.
That's why he's not hyped.
Well, 5 days, 22 hours, and
2 of the
44 minutes.
A little looks tired already.
Yeah, I know. We'll see, but listen, Ed, you said it all. You did. You're down at the beach. You came through for us. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Want to thank the fans out there for joining the show and the subscribers. We appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Do everything you gotta do. Let's try to push for maybe next week to do this giveaway for the Star Wars issue 1. It's a foil cover. Calm down. It's not issue 1. But yeah, we'll do that. We'll shoot for that next week. But if you comment and subscribe and everything, we'll definitely, put you on the list. We'll figure it out. Yeah, and catch us next week for our catch us this weekend for our Sinners review. We're doing Sinners, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got my tickets for Friday night.
Okay, so we're doing Sinners this weekend, and we're going to be talking about other geeky stuff that's happening, and we may talk about some Star Wars Celebration stuff. All depends. Ed, you might want to probably jump on. We'll see. But yeah, man. Till next week, this is Sean.
Ed does the Emperor's work here for us. This is Will.
This is Steve.
This is Ed.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.